Chapter 228. Heart. At the same time, trialists, they were all rivals to each other, so he was happy to see Kang Chon fall. The 100 Changes King was also very happy and laughed, who made him so proud and arrogant that he didn't even inquire before setting off, and he can't blame anyone else for his death. Roar. At this time, a king-level ferocious beast began to pounce, and the crowd within the stronghold immediately felt the pressure. The Black Demon King frowned, then excitedly said, "It's our turn to strike." After these king-level ferocious beasts die, the hearts in their bodies have the effect of boosting the strength of their fleshly bodies, and even for us, it's quite useful. The 100 Change King nodded, and the two of them struck out at the same time, killing the powerful king-level ferocious beasts that rushed up. And for every king-level ferocious beast they killed, they found a scarlet heart from the corpse of that beast. When those surrounding trialists saw these hearts, envious glints shot out from their eyes, and then they too began to kill those charging king-level ferocious beasts with excitement and exhilaration. Every cultivator knew that these hearts had the effect of upgrading the physical body. Taking these hearts would be much faster than cultivating on their own. The cultivators who stayed in these strongholds and didn't leave were all doing so for these hearts. Otherwise they would have already traveled to the city of heaven. At this moment, the battlefield of the city of earth, all the strongholds were staging the same scene. Of course, there were also some solo cultivators like the Kang Chon trio, who hadn't learnt about the horrors of the city of earth's battlefield before, and were now being split into 5 pieces by a black ferocious beast. Killing, boundless killing filled the entire battlefield. The 3 of them, Kang Chon, fought with blood and didn't know how many ferocious beasts they had killed. But the number of ferocious beasts around them not only didn't decrease, but instead they were getting more and more numerous, and they were also becoming very powerful. The 3 of them were in a triangle shape, fending off the black ferocious beasts that were charging around them. And underneath their feet were the corpses of a ferocious beast, and rivers of blood were flowing. It had to be said that the 3 of them were very powerful, not taking a step back even as countless king-level ferocious beasts rushed to kill them. But the 3 of them were not gods after all. As time went by, Brahma Heart and Little Gold were already feeling gradually out of strength. They were both close to reaching their limits. Hold on a little longer. It's going to be dawn. Kang Chon looked on, anxious in his heart. He didn't have a detachment. There was no way to help Brahma Heart and Little Gold. Despite being very anxious, Kang Chon didn't stimulate the strongest combat state of Kang Chon hegemony blood, because after every stimulation, there was a period of weakness. It was better in the city of earth. It was completely possible to shut down and recuperate. But here, once one could not have peak strength, death was absolutely certain. Kang Chon had begun to understand the horror of the battlefield in the city of earth. The darkness of the night was hell. In the future, they would still need to go through such a hell, and it was still questionable whether they would be able to arrive at the city of heaven alive. As darkness descended, the entire city of earth was plunged into boundless killing, and everywhere was filled with gigantic ferocious beasts, which were like a wave of black torrents that swept across the entire battlefield. A night wasn't supposed to be very long, but under such brutal killings, everyone felt that it was a very long night. When the sun slowly rose from the horizon, the cultivators of the entire city of earth breathed a sigh of relief as excited smiles appeared on their faces. On top of a huge boulder in the battlefield of the city of earth, there were 3 figures covered in blood lying on top of each other. They were panting heavily and their faces were a little pale. These were the Kang Chon trio. "I'm exhausted. I can't hold on any longer." Xiaojin was lying on top of the boulder, not even wanting to move a bit. This was not at all in line with his usual active nature. It was really because he was too tired. Just how many ferocious beasts did the 3 of us kill? Fan Xin was also tired. His shiny bald head had turned black. That was the blood of the ferocious beasts. When the sun slowly rose, The blazing light drove countless black ferocious beasts back into the ground. The corpses of the ferocious beasts left on the ground also gradually melted and disappeared with the sunlight, looking very strange. The three of them were very surprised. What kind of ferocious beasts were these? Why were they afraid of sunlight? Huh, those things are. Kang Chon suddenly let out a surprised cry as he saw many blood-red meatballs on the ground, emitting a strange energy fluctuation. Hearing Kang Chon's exclamation of surprise, Fan Xin and Xiaojin thought that the ferocious beasts had come again, and were so frightened that they hurriedly picked themselves up and scanned the surroundings with a vigilant face. And only after realizing that there wasn't any crisis in the surroundings did they let out a sigh of relief. At this time, Kang Chon picked up a piece of blood-colored meatball and walked over, saying, "Do you know this thing? It surprisingly contains a powerful energy inside." The person he asked was naturally Brahma Heart, as Little Gold had always been with him, and what he didn't know, Little Gold naturally wouldn't know either. There is indeed a powerful energy. These things were left behind from the corpses of those ferocious beasts, and they haven't been melted by the sunlight, so they are clearly extraordinary. Brahma Xin curiously surveyed this piece of meat mass, only he didn't recognize what exactly this thing was either. On the surrounding earth, there were many more such meatballs. These were the only trophies left after last night's battle. Is it possible that it's something like a demonic beast's inner elixir? Essence flashed in Kang Chon's eyes as he guessed. In fact, his guess was very accurate. These were the hearts of black ferocious beasts, containing the essence energy of the black ferocious beasts, similar to the inner pills of demonic beasts. Maybe, Van Xin said uncertainly. Whatever it is, eat it and see. On the side, Xiaojin grabbed a meatball from the ground and threw it into his mouth, swallowing it directly. Kang Chon and Fan Xin instantly looked at him speechlessly, but they didn't worry about it. Xiaojin was a demonic beast after all. It was normal for demonic beasts to swallow each other. They didn't worry about Xiaojin having any side effects from eating this. Both of them were staring at Little Gold with full attention at the moment. After Little Gold ate the meatball, his complexion did not change. He blinked his mouth and said, "It tastes good. I'll eat another one." Before Little Gold's words were finished, a blood-colored light wrapped him. Kang Chon and Brahma Xin were instantly shocked as they looked at this scene, and the two of them were extremely worried. However, this vision did not last long, and immediately the blood-colored light that surrounded Little Gold dissipated. "So comfortable, brother. I feel like my fleshly body has improved a bit." Little Gold stretched comfortably, then turned to Kang Chon and Brahma Xin with a face full of excitement and excitement. "Brother, this thing can increase the strength of the flesh body. It's much faster than cultivating on your own. Just now, that one flesh mass was as effective as my usual cultivation for a month. Fruitful." Kang Chon and Brahma Xin were instantly shocked when they heard this, and a light of excitement and excitement came out of their eyes. If this meatball really had this kind of effect, then the dark night of the City of Earth battlefield would no longer be hell, but a true paradise. What did these trialists desperately come to the spirit sealing space for? It wasn't for the sake of upgrading their flesh levels. And although these meatballs weren't as good as the dragon's blood fruit, they were superior in quantity. "I'll try it too. Amitabha Buddha. The Buddha is above. Forgive the little monk for breaking the commandment once." Brahma Xin hurriedly found a piece of meatball on the ground and ate it. Then, like Xiaojin, he was wrapped in blood-colored light. Then he felt a burst of relief in his flesh, which grew a lot more than before. "Good stuff. Now we're blessed. Let's stay here and hunt the black ferocious beasts, and then head to the City of Heaven when we advance to the invincible level," Little Gold said with an excited expression as his eyes began to sweep the other meatballs on the ground. Kang Chon also swallowed a piece of meatball. Just like Brahma Xin and Little Gold, he also felt that his flesh had grown quite a bit. It was just that this level of enhancement was a drop in the ocean for him. and there was no telling how many meatballs he would need if he wanted to advance to the invincible level. You guys take this thing and cultivate it. It doesn't have much effect on me, Kang Chon said as he looked at Xiaojin and Fan Xin, who were drooling on the side. The two of them immediately turned into a ray of light and quickly picked up the meatballs on the ground. In the battle last night, although the three of them had killed hundreds of thousands of ferocious beasts, they had only found over 7,000 meatballs. Obviously, not every ferocious beast had meatballs left behind. You guys use the daytime to cultivate as soon as possible, and I also need to recover my strength, or else I won't be able to support myself at night, Kang Chon reminded the duo. These two fellows were devouring the meatballs with excitement, using the energy in these meatballs to raise their physical body grade. Compared to the long nights, the days passed in a flash and soon the sun would set. In the evening, Kang Chon's trio woke up from their cultivation. They knew that the ferocious beasts were about to come out, and they had to make preparations beforehand. Brother, how is your recovery going? Little Gold looked towards Kang Chon worriedly. Fan Xin was also tense. He knew that he had to rely on Kang Chon at the critical moment, or else he and Little Gold wouldn't be able to withstand those ferocious beasts at all. Kang Chon glanced at the nervous two and smiled. It's fine. I've already recovered all. What about you guys? Brother, I recovered a long time ago, and the strength of my flesh body has even increased by a large margin. Little Gold sniffed with a smug face and said. Fan Xin was also full of excitement. Those meatballs were very effective. A few thousand of them were taken and boosted their fleshly bodies by a lot. That's good. Tonight we'll see which ferocious beasts possess the meatballs. At that time, we'll focus on killing those ferocious beasts and obtaining enough meatballs to raise your cultivation to the quasi-invincible level as soon as possible, Kang Chon said with a face full of bravado. He had persevered through last night, and now that Brahma Heart and Little Gold had increased their strength greatly, naturally they were even more at ease. On the other hand, Fan Xin and Little Gold were all excited. They began to look forward to the arrival of those ferocious beasts. This would be the fastest way for them to raise their strength. Raw darkness descended once more, and countless ferocious beasts began to slowly burrow out of the ground, revealing their ferocious fangs towards the Kang Chon trio. A bloodthirsty aura once again filled the entire battlefield of Earth City. Boundless killing, once again, opened up. Kill. Without any unnecessary nonsense, the three of Kang Chon glanced at each other and began to kill the ferocious beasts that pounced towards them. This time, they had a goal in mind, and every time they killed a ferocious beast, they would look for meatballs from within their corpses, thus determining their source. This goal wasn't difficult to achieve, and after several successes, Kang Chon already knew the secret of these meatballs. To be precise, these meatballs were the hearts of those black ferocious beasts, only not all of them had this heart. Among the many ferocious beasts, only those king-level ferocious beasts with a single horn would give birth to these hearts. After knowing the source of the hearts, the three of them began to specialize in killing king-level ferocious beasts and collecting those hearts that could enhance the strength of their physical bodies. Since there are king-level ferocious beasts, what about the even more powerful royal-level ferocious beasts? After Kang Chon killed a king-level ferocious beast, his icy gaze looked towards a huge figure not far away. There, a ferocious beast with a golden unicorn horn was glaring fiercely at him with blood-red eyes. This was an emperor-level ferocious beast, and amongst the countless demonic beasts in this surrounding area, there was only this heavenly emperor-level ferocious beast. This emperor-level ferocious beast was very smart. It did not rush to attack Kang Chon's trio, but rather was watching from afar, clearly having been born with spiritual intelligence, knowing that Kang Chon's trio was not to be messed with, so it did not rush to kill over. What a smart ferocious beast, only this time you're dead. Kang Chon coldly smiled. His body came out and killed towards this imperial level ferocious beast. Not far away, that imperial level ferocious beast stared at the Kangchon, who rushed over. There was not the slightest nervousness in its eyes. Instead, it had a disdainful look on its face. It then roared a few times into the sky.